Good morning. How are you? Whatever time of day it is where you're watching, I hope you're well today. I hope you've had a good weekend. And sorry I'm so damn late with this video. So damn late. I had kids' party at the weekend, and if you know, you know how much that takes over your life. Which I'm not complaining about. It was all very lovely. Please subscribe if you haven't already. We've got lots to reflect on from the weekend that I'd like to chew your ear off about. But subscribe, leave a comment, give us a like as well, and I'll chat back in the comments and get your opinion on all things. There's Jim White. Talk Sports Jim White. Okay. Okay, let's talk about some of the results from the weekend. News kind of coming out late last night as well that Gabby George has done her ACL. Again, this is the second time it's happened to Gabby George. Recently just moved to Manchester United from Everton. And after getting that draw against Leicester at the weekend, Gabby had been taken off. And you look at the pictures of her, she's smiling, she seems sore, but she doesn't seem like she's injured her ACL. The injuries we have seen, of course, in ACL injuries in time gone by, that it's all varying how they respond in that moment, the pain levels as well. So wishing her a speedy recovery. That'll be hard out for the season, and that's just it's just sad. It's happening so much. We've seen more again, since the return of the season and over the international break. We need answers now, right? Don't we? I know the scientific investigations and sports science are underway with it. But why so many? I was actually talking about this on air this morning with Andy Townsend, former Republic of Ireland player, and that's the thing with women's football being on the radio and on the telly more. A lot of maybe people who don't follow women's football are looking and going, why is that injury happening so much in women's football? The truth is we still don't know the actual factual answers yet. We can all speculate as to boots, hips, menstrual cycles, tiredness, the fixture congestion list now as well. But why it is happening 6 times more likely to women is still getting me, and it's another big name, another good player gone from Manchester United to an ACL injury. Let's talk about the results as well. I mean, Manchester United, for me, they've had a big week. Of course, they played in Champions League, nicked a point as well against PSG. They're going to have their next game later this week. So it's a big week for Manchester United, and Leicester are looking good, still joint top at the table. Nicking a point against Manchester United just shows that Leicester are maybe different this time round. That's 3 games played now, and we can't underestimate Leicester being this high up the table and picking up points along the way, especially against the likes of Manchester United. Manchester City, and bear with me by the way, I didn't get to see all the games over the weekend as well, but Manchester City putting 5 past Bristol. There's got to be concerns for Bristol fans and where the club is at this moment in time. Yes, it's early days, and coming up into the WSL is no mean feat, but it doesn't look good. Rock bottom at the bottom of the table, next to Aston Villa. Now, we'll talk about that very, very soon, because I want to focus on the Arsenal-Villa game at the Emirates from the weekend, which was kind of seen as the main game from the weekend. So we'll come back to it. Chelsea played on Saturday. They beat West Ham 2-0. West Ham are looking good in places, but Chelsea just doing what Chelsea do. This is classic, and Sam Kerr finding the back of the net in the fashion that she does. They've got such a strong team, and I actually think for now, at this stage of the season, just 3 games in, they will quietly go about their business. Chelsea, they have a huge season ahead, and looking ahead to Champions League and the qualifying in Manchester United at this moment in time, I look at Chelsea and I'm like, is it just their time now? And you can let me know your thoughts on that. Is it time that they dominate in the Champions League, making it where they did last time round, going out is, getting that penalty shot, remember, against Anne-Katrin Berger, and making that save and going through to the next round. I mean, it was epic, that game against Lyon, and it wasn't to be afterwards. But have they got that squad now? And Emma Hayes has that experience now, and that the dealing with the loss of it all, and the heartbreak of crashing out of the Champions League the way they did last season, and having made it to a final a few years ago. Is it now the time for Chelsea to win the Champions League? No beating about the bush, be really straight with me here, like really Is that too much to expect? Is it? You know, you look at Juventus aren't going to be in it. Real Madrid, still a little bit up in the air. Wolfsburg, again, still to go through the next qualifying stage, and it's likely that they will be there. But Arsenal aren't there. You know, and Arsenal last time round, I mean, it's crazy that they're not there. I still don't feel we've focused on it enough. I mean, that they are not in the Champions League, it's bad. That's bad, right? That is bad. But, you know, that second leg semi-final at the Emirates last year was just, not last year, in June, was just unbelievable. Unbelievable for them not to be in it. And I look at Chelsea and I go, okay, have they got the firepower? Have they got the squad? Have they got the knowledge? Have they got the experience to now go and dominate the Champions League and rival the likes of Barcelona and Lyon? You can let me know your thoughts on that. Elsewhere, United got the draw against Leicester. Spurs beat Brighton. A good result for Spurs. Again, looking very, very different this season. And Everton beat Liverpool as well, but you know, Liverpool have had a big couple of weeks. It's that derby game where Everton do seem to dominate Liverpool. So that was some of your results over the weekend. But I just wanted to take a moment to focus on the Arsenal against Aston Villa game at the Emirates. Again, like a lovely turnout, just becoming normal. We'll stop mentioning it. I probably should stop mentioning it. That this is the new norm at the Emirates. I think it was 6 games they've got there in the WSL this season. And oh my gosh, I was sitting at this birthday party as I mentioned, and I'm looking at live score and I'm like, oh my god, like what is happening? What is happening? Had Jonas Cedarville gone 3 games without a win, that and no Champions League, I mean, that is poor. Why is it not happening? Because the recruitment over the summer is, you know, he got what he wanted, it seemed, apart from maybe Mary Earps in goal. He made that change again. Zinsberger come back in at goal over D'Angelo. I didn't get to see the majority of the game, but Villa taking the lead through Maz Pacheco in the first half, and you know, Arsenal not being able to break them down. You know, there was moments, there was glimmers, but not being able to comfortably get the job done. You look at Aston Villa last season, they were the best of the rest, right, in the table. This season, they haven't got a point. That's not good. Again, a lot of recruitment this summer, a lot of big names coming into the club. And a lot's riding, I think, on Aston Villa to really maintain that position, you know, to even compete the likes of Manchester City, to compete the likes of, say, Manchester United and Arsenal. But to go that length of the game into stoppage time before the goal came from Arsenal is squeaky bum time, I would say. However, they got the job done, and through Katie McCabe and an absolutely wonderful goal, we know that she just scores bangers. But actually just looking at that run in from the pass in from Palova, I'm like, how does it even hit the back of the net? How does it? But it does. And at that point, they were pumped, they were ready. Beth Mead comes on. Welcome back, Queen Beth Mead. And just had the instant impact, that flair. The assist to Alessia Russo. Okay, the Domslar goalkeeping there was... I mean, no, not. I mean, it was poor. Switched off. She should have put her hands on that, absolutely. But Alessia Russo made it 2-1 in the 95th minute of the game. Unbelievable. And I just love it. I just love that these are the kind of treats we're being treated to now. And not in that fashion, because you know that my soft spot would be for Arsenal and the WSL, and has been for so many years. And with the recruitment there, I think you could actually see in that moment a team coming together. You know, in that moment when Alessia Russo got the second goal, Beth Mead's back on the pitch after 11 months to get that assist. It was all like, okay, now they have to kick on. Now it has to be routine wins, I think, for Arsenal. You can let me know your thoughts on that. Again, man, no Champions League. It's just crazy. It has to be the league. And you would want Chelsea to be getting the Champions League as well. Is that just me? What do we expect for Bristol? What do we expect for Aston Villa? Would there be problems there? Because they've got Spurs in the next game. 3 games without a win is a problem for Aston Villa based on how things were last season. Them and Bristol at the bottom of the table, and especially with the squad that they've got. But for me, that spells problems at Villa unless they can turn it around against Spurs on the weekend. But listen, I've got my thoughts off my chest. And you can let me know your thoughts in the comments as well. Again, sorry I'm late. Sorry, miss.